for both of you guys, talk a little bit about the process of a new quarterback and receivers getting to know each other and the little subtle things that can make a difference in a pass route or a football game.
I think that whole process started really the day Jake got here. I know his locker was right next to mine in the players' locker room, and we just started playing catch, and all summer we do our player-led practices like 7-on-7 and one-on-ones and just running routes, and we started to build a chemistry there. And Jake's had some success at other schools and stuff, so he knows how to get it done.
Yeah, true. We just try to get the timing down throughout camp, and then throughout summer, like Jake said, and then just try to get a feel for. He tries to get a feel for where we're going to be at, and we're trying to be at the right spot, so he can deliver the ball.
Stay with Michael in the front here.
Amaro, what did you see out of Grant Perry in the preseason camp to know that he was going to be someone that could help you? And then after the game, because Coach Harbaugh just said that there were a couple of routes that he didn't run very precisely that led to interceptions. What do you say to him to kind of make sure that he could get down on himself?
With the first question, he was a guy that he was very focused. He always asked questions, took the notes, and he was a guy that you could tell that he understood football, even though he was a freshman. And then with the mistakes and stuff, I told him after the game, just try to go out there and pay attention to the details, and then do the routes that you did in practice, and then don't let the crowd or the atmosphere of the game change the way you play.
We're going to Jake in the middle of the tie.
Jake, I think it was the very first series, 3rd and 3, you went up for a 4-yard pass to get the easy first down. On 3rd and short, your short yardage situations, do you feel like your role increases? Do you feel like you're especially a big part of the offense then?
I'd like to be targeted. I like my matchup versus a lot of the linebackers and stuff. But whatever the play is called in the huddle, I'm just going to do my job. And if the ball comes my way, my job is to catch it. But we got a lot of playmakers on the edge too that are going to have great matchups for receivers. So whatever Coach Fish dials up, we're just going to have to execute.
We go to Adam, last row to your left in the half.
Jake, going back kind of with the chemistry thing with Rudock and Amaro's for you as well. Seeing him spread the ball around a lot and make 25 completions on the road, I mean, you guys would like to win, obviously, but does that give you confidence knowing that your quarterback's going to be able to target the open man, going to be able to make plays, as opposed to, that was an issue, that's been an issue in the past few years?
Absolutely. I think Jake's just a really smart guy. And, we run a pretty complicated offense. We could be calling 2 or 3 plays in the huddle at any time, and Jake always, gets us in the right play, the right formation, gets everything squared away, and then he just understands how to make reads. He can really teach this offense to anybody. He knows it so well, and I think that plays to all of our advantage.
Yeah, I agree with him. I think Jake's really good at reading defenses and seeing, knowing what guys are going to be open and what side of the field to go through his progression on. So I think that helps me a lot.
We've got time for a few more. Anybody else have a question? In the front to John here.
Jake, when you're in the kind of traffic you were on that touchdown catch, what are your thoughts when the ball's in the air, and what are you trying to do to kind of shield off those other guys and go up and get it?
Yeah, I think, again, that goes back to this summer. Jake really just understands coverages, and I would tell him, if the linebacker, the guy guarding me, has his back turned to me, it's almost like he's not there. He can't see the ball in the air, so if he just puts it up high, and he did, he put it up high, kind of just locked in on the ball, and told him if I can just get my hands on it, I'll come down with it.
First row all the way on the end, Andy.
There were times when it took the running game a little while to get going. Were you surprised that there were 43 passing attempts in this game? Does that seem a little high to you based on what you've been working on?
Not really. I trust the coaches. I think they're gonna make the right calls, and credit to Utah. They were really, really good defense. They have a great front seven, returned a lot of guys, experience. They played hard, so I trust the coaches.
All right, last question for these guys. Michael in the front.
Did you guys take a lot more positives out of that one than negatives? And what does it say about the team that here you just had a pick 6, essentially the game is concealed, and instead your team came down and scored a touchdown to kind of put yourself still in a position to
Yeah, even though we did lose, there was a lot of positives in the game, and obviously there's things we need to work on. And I think the drive at the end does show that we have the capability of doing some good things this season. So I think we just need to be more focused, and then need to just pay attention to the little details.
Yeah, we fought from the first whistle to the last. That's one thing, is no matter how many mistakes we played or made or how many good plays we had, we just kept a level head the whole game. We kept coming back and fighting even harder that next play.